All right, guys. So it's been a while since I did a an update on the whole bariatric sleeve thing. I know, uh, I don't know. The whole surgery thing is just I've never had surgery before. Beyond the fact of what it actually is, it's just the whole situation was yeah, just different for me. So I wanted to take my time a little bit, but I just got some awesome friggin' news and I wanted to share it. So the update is this: surgery obviously went well. Been back to work now for 2 weeks, which is great. So excited to be out of the house and just doing what I'm being getting back to normal. Um, the surgery, it's the craziest thing. I'm not the only person in the world who's had surgery, obviously, and it's only the second time I've ever been like under. Like the first time was for the endoscopy for to prepare for this, and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna be up before you know it." And that was only like 15 minutes, so I was like, "Okay, it's really that quick." This surgery was like close to 2 hours, I guess, and same thing though. It was like boom. I didn't even realize I was out, and then next thing you know it, I'm in the recovery room. Like, holy crap. Um, I will say that the only part that was scary, I won't get into super specifics, but we had a scare. I'm fine. I was fine the whole time. It's nothing like that. But somebody had said something to Rebecca that she shouldn't really open to your app. Like, you ever know somebody that just kind of says a little too much and they don't really know what they're talking about? Well, a nurse did that. So use your imagination. Um, and the only other problem that I had really was that I guess, even though I had, like, when get the surgery, for anybody who decides to do this, expect gas pains. This is common. Every single YouTube video, every single person I spoke to, they said the same exact thing. Like, you will have gas pockets. It's going to be for a few days at the minimum. Like, mine seemed to kind of go away fairly quickly. I'd say, like, I got back home by Friday. Surgery was Thursday, home on Friday. I'd say Sunday, Monday is when I was like, okay, it's not there all the time. Like, you always kind of feel like something's kind of there, and it's just like it's not great. It's not like barrel over. Oh my god, it's just not great. Um, well, they took, for whatever the reason, the nurse that was in my recovery station or whatever that was assigned to me decided to just fucking jack me up with morphine, like something, I believe, 4, possibly 5 doses. So I was on a morphine high for like, I don't really think I don't think I really kicked it till Saturday night to Sunday morning. Again, it's only the first time I ever had real surgery, you know what I mean? So like, maybe that's normal. I don't really know. But I will say that that was bizarre. That was not great. Once that all subsided, things started feeling all normal. The weight really has been shedding. I just got out of the doctor for my second post-op checkup, and he says I'm like on the high side of average. I'm losing like something like 3 or 4 pounds a week, which is like kind of a lot. My pre-op weight was 285. Yeah. So I was 301 when I started the liquid, 285 pre-op, like just as they were getting ready. And then when we got home, like that next day, I was able to get on a scale. Rebecca was kind of curious, like how much I lost. I lost like 5.5 pounds from the surgery. So your stomach weighs a little bit more than you probably realize. Just saying. Plus, maybe it's other weight loss too, just from whatever. So let's call it 280. And today I was 260 because when I weigh it, I'm going based off of the scale at home, because you got to do that for yourself. Like the doctor, everyone knows the doctor scales are what they are. They're not going to match up. But my scale at home from the day after surgery said 279 and change. Today I said 260. Or was that yesterday? Either way, about 20 pounds since surgery, since the day after surgery, which is great. So yeah, so 2 weeks afterwards, you're doing still on the liquid diet. Still on the liquid diet. Still, chugging protein shakes. And man, did that get old fast. Got to my 2-week checkup, and I was like not begging. I don't want to say I was begging, but I was pretty adamant, like, I need to put something else in my body. So you move on to purees at that point, and they're pretty lenient. Like, I got to tell you, like, the key to the whole thing, more than anything else, for anyone who's maybe going to do this, um, be honest with your doctor. And it's because I don't really know how to wait, how another way to say it like this, but like, phase in and out of, or blend in and out of the stages, meaning, so like you're the liquid diet. Okay, yes, liquid diet ends on, in my case, a Friday. That does not mean that come Saturday you're just throwing down, like, I don't even know what, like, you say your next stage you wanted to have like mashed potatoes. Sure, you can do that. I wouldn't recommend just having like a full half cup of mashed potatoes. Like, still stick to maybe a protein shake throughout the day, as much as it sucks, or stick with the chicken broth, or like something kind of loose, and then work your way within a day of that. Even like, then do like maybe the mashed potatoes or something like that. Like, I just got cleared tomorrow, like I could start having like fork tender foods. So like, I'm really stoked because like I love pulled pork, I love my barbacoa and stuff like that. It's supposed to be anything that you can cut with a fork. You can cut a lot of things with a fork. So, but that does not mean that I'm just gonna fucking run right headfirst into a wall and start chowing down on like hamburger meat or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, work your way into it. And the biggest key is to make sure that you take one thing at a time. Like, try a new food, see how you handle it. I've been very fortunate. I haven't had any of the dumping syndrome. I haven't had any of the I haven't vomited. I haven't had any of that. I basically, as I'm eating, there's another kind of pro tip, just listen to your body. I cannot stress it enough. Like, my understanding with all this is that when they take out, and again, like we discussed this before, like, my situation was not, like, yes, I had to lose weight for sure, but that wasn't the exact reason why I got the surgery. It was because of the gland and all that metabolism stuff, and it has fixed it. My sleeping's been amazing, and everything else. I'm getting to that in a second. But um I totally just fucking lost train of thought because I went into that other part. Anyway, back, just all I'm saying is, oh, so yeah. So the thing to realize is that your body now is not going to, you're not gonna, and maybe it's just me, but like, I've noticed that, like, I don't get hungry. I just, you get like, your body tells you in a different way. You get like a hunger pain, is the way I've been describing it. It's not like the trigger in your brain where you're like, oh, it's lunchtime, I guess I gotta eat something. There's like, you feel it here. You don't feel it up here. It's not here. You're feeling it actually in your stomach, and it's telling you, like, I'm fucking empty, guy. You gotta put something in it. So like that. Conversely, when you're eating, your body's gonna tell you, hey, you're full. Like, and you got to listen. Like, you can try, and your stomach is naturally going to stretch. It's going to take a while, but it is going to balloon back out because that's the way that muscle works. So don't kid yourself. Like, if you push it, yeah, you'll throw up, like, whatever, but you push it enough times, you're going to either A, possibly hurt yourself, or B, like, you're going to stretch what's left of your stomach out to the point to where it's almost the same size as it used to be. And you're going to be right back where you started. So bear that in mind. Listen to your body. If your body's telling you, like, whoa, you're done. Some days, like, for breakfast with the emulsified part of the diet, I've been having, like, I made refried beans and like pureed, like, it's baby food, it's mush, but I can tolerate it, and it's tasty, and I can eat it, and I'm cool with it. 2 tablespoons, 3 on a good day. It depends. Like, I've definitely gotten up from the table and been like, well, I gotta throw half that away, because it's just, my body's just like, nope. And it might be that I'm full. It may be that I'm eating too fast. Like, that's something to bear in mind too. You need to give your body a minute. When they tell you take 20 minutes to eat something, they mean it, man. So just all those things, like, just listen to yourself, you know, or listen to your body. It's super important. But I'm telling you, this is not as hard as it could be. And I'm speaking from a place where my situation is different from others. I don't have a food addiction. I don't have, these other issues that cause weight gain or whatever. I had a very specific thing That has been a problem that was undiagnosed my whole life. And this solved the problem, and this is what you have to deal with after the fact. So, take it all with a grain of salt. I'm a special case, which is something that most people would probably say about me. um but I think it does apply to most people. Is just take your time, listen to your doctor, read the literature, go on YouTube. I've said this before. Go on YouTube, watch the videos. I will say one thing though, and I learned this the hard way, and nothing happened other than I got myself really frustrated. If you go to your doctor, your plan that your doctor's group or hospital or whatever, because it's all gonna be different, they have their way of handling this procedure and the post-op diets and whatnot. Follow that procedure and ask questions, because like in my case, I've had 4 different explanations for my diet. There's been 2 different explanations from different literature that LVHN gave me, the nutritionist from the hospital the day I was leaving, and then my surgical team. They've all had different ways of going about it. I've decided to go with the person that I deal with the most, which is my surgical team, or and their advisement. And honestly, it's worked. The other thing, so there's that. So understand that you may get a lot of different information from a lot of different ways. You got to remember, when they give you, say, a pamphlet on this stuff, they're going to give the same pamphlet to somebody who weighs 300 pounds as weighs 600 pounds. It's all the same, but the people aren't the same. So it's going to be whatever applies to you. Your doctor is going to look at you and be like, well, based on your blood work, your height, your weight, your BMI, the things we've talked about, maybe we recommend doing it like this. Like for example, I got really great news today at my doctor's appointment that I'm progressing well and all this kind of stuff. And then he flat out said, he's like, I don't even think we need to do another 2-week follow-up. We're just going to do 3 months. He's like, you're doing great. You haven't had any issues. You seem like you got everything under control. Do the fork tender stuff for 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks, and then after that you go back to normal food. And I'm like, that's awesome. Like, I'm ahead of schedule. At the same time, if I go home and read the book's going to tell me that I got 2 weeks of this part of the diet, 2 weeks of another part of the diet, and then I'm on normal food. So it's like, what do you pay attention to? What do you listen to? Listen to your doctor, talk to your doctor, and they will work with you. And just be honest. I cannot stress how important that is. Just tell them. They're not judging you. They're not. They want to see you succeed. The hard part's over. The surgery's done. We're digging ourselves out of the hole at this point. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I wanted to tell you guys. Everything went great. I'm stoked. I feel better than I've ever felt in my life. I cannot even tell you. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I want to bring up. So again, the thing that clicked this all into gear too was the sleep apnea. When I had that sleep study, my sleep apnea, as far as I can tell, cleared up by the 3rd day after surgery, and I'm not bullshitting you. I was off my lisinopril. They put me on lisinopril back in October, I think it was, because my blood pressure was really high. Like, that's really where it all started. I got a checkup. I'll recap really quick. I got a checkup with the doctor because I finally have a job with decent insurance, and the wife wanted me to go. Found out they had high blood pressure, but great blood work. Sleep study, got sleep apnea. Cool. Let's go this. Then we went down this road. But leading up to it, you got to go on the medication because you still have high blood pressure. So they put me on lisinopril. I hated it. It's not like it's so bad or whatever, but I'm not great at remembering to take it, whatever. And it does this thing where it makes the back of your throat kind of itchy sometimes, and I don't like it. I was off of it by the 3rd day. And I'll tell you, it was actually the kind of thing that was a little scary because I took it that Saturday and I thought it was something after the surgery. I was like kind of lightheaded. I thought maybe it was the morphine thing still. So I was kind of like, I kind of ignored it. About an hour it went past and I kind of recouped and I was like, I'm okay. Sunday it happened again. I said it to the wife. I was like, I think my blood pressure's dropping. So I take it on Sunday again, and immediately, like inside of a minute, I'm like, whoa. And by then I was feeling better off the morphine. Like, I felt the difference of like normal to like, boom, check my blood pressure. and it was like 109 over like 71 or 72. Like it was just, and not even like that's like some people say that's normal for people. I think it's low, but for a guy like me who now I'm finding my average is like 110 ish, 12 ish over like 85 ish or something like that. Um, that's a pretty decent drop. You know what I mean? So like I think that's what it was. Messaged my primary and he was like, "Yeah, stop it. Stop taking it. You're good. Don't even worry about it." I was like, "Okay, cool. Stop taking it." And I've managed my blood pressure. Like I've been kind of watching my blood pressure every so often. I've been maintaining like a 115, 110, 120, somewhere in there, like, over like mid to high 80s. Like, like I am still a bigger guy and blood pressure. It's all different, but compared to what I started at, way better. Um, Also by the third day, I decided that screw sleeping on the couch, screw sleeping in the recliner. I need to try to sleep in my bed because it was just, I couldn't get comfortable. I was not getting sleep. Third day, I go to bed. I slept so freaking good. Like, so good. Better than I ever remember sleeping in my life. I swear to God. I swear to God. And anyone that asked me, whenever they were talking, "Oh, I bet you can't wait to lose all the weight." And I'm like, honestly, it's not even like a thought for me. It was always about sleeping better. Always. You got to understand, like, for a lot of my life, I've always been the kind of person that, like, would sleep 5.5 hours, 4.5 hours, like, on the reg. And, like, I thought that was normal. Like, it was just always, it's just what I knew. Now, I'm 6.5, 7.5 hours. I mean, and I got to tell you, like, not that I'm exhausted. I have more energy than I think I've ever had. But like, if I do have like a 6 hour night or a 6.5 hour night, even, I feel it a little bit. Like my body, now that I'm getting proper rest, wants that 7 to 7.5 hours. Like it's just, I haven't felt this good all around, like in a very, very long time, you know? So I don't know. I mean, I'll keep updating you guys. Um, I'm not going to make a career out of this on YouTube, but I feel like it's important. I feel like, this is a lot of people I know that I care about that I'd love to see make the decision that's right for them should know this stuff. And by God, like, if you have the opportunity, if you are able to make this happen, if it's an option on the table, don't be afraid of it and trust yourself, trust your ability to commit. You can do it. I'm an idiot. Like I can't commit to shit. But when they told me I can get 10 more years and you know, I started thinking about Abby and the thought of not being around for things in her life and all that, and I just started thinking about Rebecca. And it's just that's what you got to focus on. The realities of what what is important to your heart and what are the things you don't want to miss, and that should be what drives you. Once they flip, I'm telling you, once you flip that switch, that's it. That's it. And that's the only thing I could say. you know if anybody ever wants to talk about it, and I mean, I will never say a word. I swear to you, I will never say a word to anybody. I want you to be the best and happiest you could possibly be. And I'm telling you right now, I mean it. It's doable. It's doable. I mean, I would never tell somebody like, "Hey, you should go get your fucking stomach going on," whatever. That's on you. That's your decision to make. But if you make that decision and you ever want to talk, I'm here. I mean it. I don't care if we haven't spoken 20 years. You make that call, I'm here. Fucking DM me. We'll talk. We'll catch up. We'll talk about other things. Whatever you want. You know, it's such a change, and everyone that needs it or has the opportunity to maybe consider it should really consider it. It's just my you know that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. So I'll do another video eventually. Maybe in a couple weeks. We'll see how it goes. Um, Thanks for watching. I hope this means something to somebody. Love you guys. Later.